I am so glad you are here. It is Stone on Friday in my world. So let's talk about turquoise, the beautiful, the lovely turquoise. This, I believe, is an example of an African turquoise, and it was sacred in ancient Egypt as well as throughout the Americas and anywhere else, frankly, that anybody ever found it. The first thing I always think of, besides blue skies and connections between heaven and earth, is emotional stability. This stone is renowned not just for calming people down when they play with it or look at it or meditate on it, but also just for bringing things into more emotional balance. So if you've been feeling a little off in these last few weeks, this might help restore your emotional equilibrium. Whether you are meditating while looking at it, carrying it with you, or putting it somewhere you'll see it again and again, knowing that every time you see it, emotional balance is your goal so that you are achieving that bit by bit, moment by moment, every time you happen to see one of these little beauties. You could scatter them throughout your home for that, put a few in a small dish on your desk for that, or your work table for that, and that would be a fantastic way to use this guy. Turquoise is also considered to be a very protective stone, so also think about putting it on your windows, windowsills, door jambs, anything along those lines. That's a very traditional way to use it. And it's also thought of as great for communication, not just with the heavens, but with each other. So maybe you've got a family event coming up where you're going to want to figure out how to talk to people in a way that doesn't break communication down, but builds communication up. This is your reminder stone. This is the stone you can take with you as your talisman to keep that intention in mind and figure out how to exercise good communication skills that build relationships rather than tear them down. So those are the basics of turquoise. It's just a gorgeous stone, and it's one that works well whether you are using it for enhancing communication, whether you are wearing it just as jewelry because it's gorgeous, or whether you're using it for home protection. Always, when you think of this one, think about that relationship between the heavens, the sky, and earth. And I do keep grabbing this one just because it's easy to hold, but there are plenty of other examples in here. Here's another gorgeous one. It's got that great little spot of turquoise blue on it. Don't you love that? These are fantastic talismans for your own emotional health, your own emotional safety, your own ability to communicate in ways that build. So keep it in mind if you're looking for home protection. This would be great in a little spell jar for that kind of thing. If you're going to make a spell bottle or a witch's bottle or a spirit bottle, there's other names for these, but I'm talking about the same thing. Or whether you're just putting them out like potpourri, or I will often place some of these stones just in the earth of a potted plant, connecting it back to a little piece of the earth from which it was drawn. This is the beautiful turquoise. I'll put it up here so you can see it one more time. Again, this one I believe is from, specimens are from Africa in this case. But beautiful, beautiful stones, regardless of whether they're coming from Asia, Africa, or the Americas. Just so you guys can see all the pretty samples I brought in today. And there's that one I've been showing off the most, just because it's a really easy one to hold. So whether you're putting this in a stone cage or a little pouch to wear on you, putting it in your pocket. I myself recently participated in a ritual where we used a stone that looked like a shield. So it was a worry stone. And we did a unique sigil for protection on it. So don't be afraid to take your permanent markers to these either. The permanent marker will eventually rub off, but it will rub off because you've been using the magic of it. And that just enhances the focus of the stone. On behalf of myself and the rest of the crew here at Magus Books and Herbs, thank you so much for tuning in and doing all of the magical things you do, even the little ones you do here in our social media sphere. We look forward to seeing you at the shop or online at magus.com. Blessed be.